lang din. So yun. Parang Squid Game to eh. So parang,
No, I think I need to put like a note, like a post-it on my windshield inside na do not use on these days. Kasi nakakalimutan ko siya.
Exempted lahat ng EV at saka ng
Yes.
hybrid vehicles.
Correct.
Swerte yung mga nakabili na at meron na. At yung mga bibili pa lang.
Yun nga yung sabi.
Na.
That's what people will do if you have the money. They'll just buy more cars.
yes, di ba? Tama. Have 3, 4 cars and I don't know if that will solve the congestion. But let's see. Let's see how it goes. Tingnan natin. But thank you once again. That was a great show. Kala ko nga hindi nyo aawatin si Richard Heydarian eh. Sabi ko, tutuloy-tuloy na si Heydarian. Kasi hindi magpapaawat yan. But thank you again to Seth, to Sean, and to Pauline. On Play-by-Play tonight, we've got the New York Knicks taking a game back from the Indiana Pacers.
Bumawi.
In the NBA Eastern Conference Finals now. It's a great series. Plus, we catch up with basketball star, the phenom Kiefer Ravena, as he prepares for big things both on and off the court.
And we take a look at highlights from day 1 of the Palarong Pambansa happening in Ilocos Norte.
What a packed day. On a Monday, I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Litton-Calao.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ravena, the show by Mamoy Lee. Timberwolves puts it up. Unbelievable. Gemma on the left side. Oh, the pass! Nothing another one. Bakulas rejecting Esteban for the win.
The New York Knicks giving the Indiana Pacers a dose of their own medicine to win Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals. What a game. Check. A massive comeback here for the Knicks on the Pacers' home floor nonetheless. New York fought back from 20 points down to take a gritty 106-101 victory in Indianapolis. That man right there scoring only 4 points in the first half with a fourth quarter explosion, scoring 20 of his game-high 24 points. Big Cat also finished with 15 rebounds. Clutch Player of the Year, Jalen Brunson, then put the Knicks up for good, doing what he does best, hitting a tough go-ahead floater in the final 90 seconds of the game. Brunson and Josh Hart then combined for 6 pressure-packed free throws to eventually ice the match. Knicks take a game back in this series and now trail the Pacers 2-1. Crucial Game 4 will still be in Indiana. That will be this Wednesday, 8 a.m. Philippine time. Now here's Towns after leading New York to victory.
Anytime you can win, it's a good feeling. So down 2-0, finding a way to win tonight should raise our confidence and raise the morale of the team.
Well, there was a stretch in Game 2 where you didn't get minutes. How did you refocus mentally to be such a massive contributor in that fourth quarter with a 20-point quarter for yourself?
When I got a chance tonight, to do what I do in the fourth, I made sure I was going to seize the opportunity. And, I just wanted to go out there and give our team a chance to win. So I'm just happy I was able to do that.
This was also the second time that the team went through a huge stretch without Brunson, and they put together an incredible winning performance. And what did you see from the entire unit with Brunson on the bench in both of those?
Grit and continuity. This team is special. That locker room is special. I think, for us to have the grittiness that we have, it's because of the characters and the personalities and the sacrifice everyone in that locker room is willing to make.
Thanks, Kat. We'll see you on
Hey, shout out to Dominicans, man, on Dominican Mother Day, man.
New York may not have hit Indy with a choke celebration, but it might have been appropriate given the Pacers' failure to protect a 20-point first-half edge. With a wild crowd behind them, Tyrese Halliburton and company seemed in position to get their third straight win over the Knicks. But brick by brick, New York worked its way back into the contest and finally captured the lead in the dying moments. As hard as the Pacers tried to regain control, their efforts went for naught as the Knicks were the ones to make the biggest plays this time around. At the post-game press conference, Pacers coach Rick Carlisle summed up his team's shortcomings.
Not a good enough start to the fourth quarter. Turned it into a real back and forth game, and they executed down the stretch, and we did not execute well enough. So credit them for fighting hard, hanging in. We got a pretty good lead in the third quarter, but didn't do a good enough job of attacking, but also avoiding miscues. So difficult loss. So we'll watch it tomorrow, and there are a lot of things we can do better. Well, they had a lot of their better defenders in the game in the second half, and that makes it harder. And so you've got to grind defensively to get rebounds, and there's a different element of grinding when you're going against their better guys. And so we're going to have to do better in a lot of those situations. And there were times we got good shots and just simply didn't hit them, and that's all part of this.
Over at the Western Conference Finals, the Minnesota Timberwolves looking to keep momentum on their side after finally getting a victory over the Oklahoma City Thunder. Minnie was finally on the winning side of a blowout in the series, beating OKC by a whopping 42 points in Game 3, 143-101. The Wolves cutting the series deficit to 2-1. Anthony Edwards leading Minnesota's explosion with a game-high 30 points, including 5 big threes. Julius Randle bounced back from a 6-point outing and added 24 markers. The Wolves bench also came to play, led by rookie Terrence Shannon Jr., who had 15 big points. Game 4 will stay in Minnesota. That will be tomorrow already, 8:30 a.m. Philippine time. In a post-game media scrum, Atman talked about the mindset they need to bring in Game 4 to even up the series at 2 games apiece.
The adjustments is really not the biggest thing. It's about just bringing energy with a team like this. OKC played with a ton of energy, no matter what. First through the fourth quarter. So I'm just trying to exceed their energy or match it at least. That was the most important thing today, and I think we did that. We're still down. It's just one win. Can't get too high on it. Don't get too low. Just got to try to win another one, man. This team, they're the best team in the NBA. So you got to be able to beat this team more than one time, and it's going to be tough. Like I said, this team they play with a ton of energy. I think they play like 10 players every night, and every player going to come in and pick up full court, push the pace, box out, rebound, do all the little things. So it's just about matching that. And that's why I think TJ was great. He was a great spark for us because he's going to match every energy that they bring. So, yeah. That's like his will. He's willing to get to the paint no matter what. You can have 3 people in there. He's still going to find a way to get down there. And now it's just about being able to read the game for him. They put 3 people in the paint. I'm telling them, like, you got kickouts. You got me, Dante, Nikhil out there on the perimeter. Get in there, take your time, pump fake, kick it out. If not, go finish on somebody. So he's not a regular rookie, man. He's 24, 25.
The Thunder are looking forward to bouncing back from their largest loss in postseason history. Things already look bleak from the Thunder in the first half, being down at the break 73-41. Midway through the third quarter, the game was already out of reach for the top seed as Minnesota fired at will. Newly minted MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who absolutely dominated the first 2 games, finally got contained. Heading to Minnesota, SGA was averaging 34.5 points in the series. But in Game 3, he was forced to settle for just 14 markers. Here's OKC coach Mike Dagnall discussing his team's demeanor as they try to regain the momentum.
Yeah, they were great today. They always are. We do a great job of that day to day, not overreacting to the emotion of the outcome. Certainly want to react to what we can learn from it, but they were in good spirits and were like they always are. Every game's different, and Minnesota outplayed us thoroughly last night in every area of the game, and deserved to win clearly, and that's why they won in the fashion that they did. But we're not going to label it anything. We need to learn from it, and then move into Game 4 and work to be a better team in that game. But we're not trying to label it one thing or another. We're just trying to take the lessons from it and apply them forward. I don't know. I think, the series provide different challenges for your team. I think the Denver series is a good example of that. We navigated that series. There were a lot of ups and downs. There were a lot of different challenges. There were a lot of different things we had to overcome. We were taken to the limit in a lot of ways, and we were a better team at the end of that series as a result of those challenges. And that's our challenge now. That's not a guarantee. But our challenge now is to, taste our blood a little bit from last night's game, take the relevant lessons from that, but then let it go and move into game 4, be the best team we could be, and throw our best punch in game 4.
Coming up, we catch up with basketball superstar Kiefer Ravena. And we talk about his next season with Yokohama and why this offseason might be his most life-changing yet. Catch that interview.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Play by Play, only on One News. Gilas Youth is looking to remain unscathed in the FIBA Under-16 Asia Cup Siaba qualifiers. The national youth team is currently up big against Singapore, their third game in 3 days. Gilas started out hot and quickly jumped to a 24-7 lead after one. The young Pinoys continued to lean on their pressure defense and inside shot making to further create separation. Now at the half, it's the Philippines up 54-21. Before this, the Philippines had been dominant in their first 2 games against Thailand and Vietnam. Last night, Gilas Youth scored an 87-42 blowout against the Thais. This included the Gilas boys limiting Thailand to just 1 point in the first quarter. Yeah, 1 point in the first, while scoring 31 points of their own. Gilas Youth is looking to maintain dominance in the Siaba qualifiers in new coach L.A. Tenorio's debut competition. The Philippines has won all 5 iterations of the tournament.
Big month ahead, both on and off the court, for one of the country's premier basketball stars.
That's right, Check. Well, speaking of, we came from that item, Gilas Youth. This guy played for Gilas Youth so many times, represented the country. Kiefer Ravena is entering a new chapter with the Yokohama B Corsairs while also preparing for a major life milestone, which of course, fortunately, we will be part of. And who better to talk about these big things ahead than Kiefer himself, the Phenom, who joins us live in the studio. He's very, very busy, but he decided to fit us in. Napakaswerte natin. Good evening, Pards, and thank you for joining us here on Play by Play. Kiefer Ravena.
Good evening, Pards. Hi, Seska. Hi, Pards. Thank you for having me. Nice to see you, Ses. Hello.
Hi. Thank you for joining us. Again, as Andre said, very busy month for you. Very big things coming your way this month.
Daming congratulations dapat kay Kiefer eh. 100 times sa congratulations. I know your mom's there. Hello to Ninang Mozi, to the whole family, Tito Bong Rabs, ka-birthday ko, belated, and to Diana, of course. First off, congratulations. Contract extension. Unahin natin yun, Keith. Business first. Yokohama. I know we've been talking about you're extending your stay in Japan. You've been very, very fortunate that, the Japanese, different team na to, hindi na to yung Shiga Lakes, but still, nagkatiwala pa rin sa'yo, still see you fit with their franchise, with their team. What made you decide, especially to stay with the B Corsairs for another season, considering now that, of course, you're looking future ahead with Diana?
I mean, like what you said, very blessed to be in this situation with Yokohama for another year. Siguro one thing that made me decide to come back is, the vision of the team. I felt like last season we were able to really prove ourselves that we can win. Unfortunately, there were a lot of bumps on the road. Maraming na-injure, we weren't able to stay as healthy as we wanted us to be. To really compete at a high level. But then again, next year it's a whole different story. It's an opportunity for us to bounce back and pick off from what we felt like we could be for next season.
All right, let's talk about your first season with the team. What were your biggest takeaways, both personally and professionally?
Personally, siguro, coming off a championship from B2, you really feel the competition rise exponentially. And I say that with no harm for the B2 level in Japan. But, with all the teams, all the big name players coming in, all the imports from all over the world, you really feel the competition. So personally, that's where I felt like was the biggest difference for me. And individually, more expectations, put a little bit more pressure on myself into really being in shape, much better, staying disciplined, staying consistent. And, being professional is really a big part of my career and who I am. So I just want to continue that and, do greater things for my organization.
Pards, I know when I visited you in Osaka last year during the Tokyo Marathon, mga March yun eh, you're still with Shiga. And we're talking about, I was asking him, how long mo pa nakikita sarili mo playing in Japan? Sabi niya, as long as possible. Because he's been learning and yung competition doon is iba. So ikaw, Pards, alam kong you're a student of the game. And that's what people love about you, I love about you. Kasi talagang mula bata, Phenom ka na, pero ano pang gusto mong i-improve sa laro mo to level up, especially in the off-season? Kung meron man.
Marami pa parts eh. Like what you said, kontrolado mo yung ano mo ikaw yung may control with your peak ng katawan mo. So I guess I would want to focus on that. Na hindi na rin tayo bumabata. So I would want to really focus and improve in maintaining or even being in much better shape than I am during the season. Staying healthy and recover as much as I can during the off season to prepare myself physically and mentally for another go at it in Japan. Yun kasi yung mahirap dun lalo na pag nandito ka sa Pilipinas. Siyempre, marami ka namimiss, pamilya, loved ones, pagkain. Tawag dito yung sobrang convenient sa lahat. So, you just have to have that discipline talaga. That's one thing I would really want to improve. And pagdating naman sa basketball, susunod na lang yun pag kondisyon ako or if I'm healthy and, if I'm in good shape, I can do a lot more things efficiently and much better if my body is willing to do it as well.
Yung baked spaghetti pa lang ng mama mo eh. Kailan try mo, kailan matry mo. Baked spaghetti ni Tita Mosi. Ay, grabe yun. Grabe yun.
Papadala tayo dyan.
Yan. Padala ka sa
Sige.
play-by-play.
Dali mo live. Guest ka live. Tapos dali mo na yung baked spaghetti. But sige, I mean, again, another major milestone coming up for you, Kiefer. You're getting married soon. I mean,
June 11th.
June 11th.
Yes.
Lots of things happening. How are the preparations going?
I'm doing preparations as we speak. Took a little break, finalizing seating arrangements, making sure, the people around. Parang ang dami pala nangyayari, di ba? So, and hindi ko rin expect I would be really this hands-on sa wedding namin. Pero it's been fun doing it with somebody, you look forward to spending your forever with. So it's a new challenge. Every time we do wedding preparations, we get to know each other even more. Yun naman, exciting times. Like what Andre said, sobrang laki ng TF niya.
Cool! Easy.
Talaga, nagpaubaya talaga siya.
Kanina we had a meeting kasi with the wedding coordinator, with Diana, with Kiefer, with Tin Gamboa, who I'll be hosting with sa reception ni Pards. And wala, for the love lang yun, walang TF. Pards,
guys, narinig niyo yan, wala siyang TF, narinig niyo siya. That was a trick question yun. So,
konsensya mo na lang yun. Ganito, Pards.
Na lang, Pards, 3 tray ng spaghetti, okay na yan.
Pwede din. Hindi ako magreklamo. Teka lang, Pards, kasi di ba, syempre, ang dami mo ng pinagdaanan. Actually, yung sinabi mo nga hindi ka na bumabata, tinamahan kami dalawa ni Tita Cheska mo eh. Kasi...
Grabe, teka lang
Kasi 31 ka pala.
Excuse me.
Sorry, sige, ako lang.
Ate yung tawag niya sa akin.
Okay,
Let's not jump ahead.
Okay. Sorry.
Wala pa.
Pero to, from athlete to future husband, and so many things, of course, entrepreneur as well, dami mong negosyo. What excites you the most in this, moving on to the next chapter of your life, so to speak, getting a contract extension sa Yokohama, of course, marrying the love of your life, Diana, and preparing for, family life?
Siguro yung pinaka na-excite lang talaga ako is, as you age na naman pag-uusapan ko. Pero as you get older, parang you get to be at peace with the things that bothered you when you were younger. Diba? Parang you get to spend your energy with the right things, with the right people, na enjoy mo yung mga pinagtatrabahuhan mo, yung pinaghihirapan mo, kasi hindi ka na nakafocus dun sa mga bagay na wala ka naman ng control. And it's inevitable naman, syempre, you have to go through that pagbata ka. And that's one thing that now at this stage of my life na hindi ko na napapansin hindi ko na pinapansin talaga yung mga bagay na wala naman akong control, if, wala naman akong opinion about it, I just let it be, and that's the way life goes at this stage of my career, on and off the court. So siguro yun, doon ako pinaka-excited kasi ang tagal kong hindi ganun eh. Ngayon, bago pa lang talaga siya sa akin. So, now that I have more and new motivation to even just play basketball and enjoy basketball, and enjoy, my hard work for the future. Parang yun yung isa pang nilolook forward ko and yung mas nagiging hungry pa ako na magsipag.
Grabe, matured na.
I know.
Happy, proud of
I know.
you to hear you like that.
We've witnessed Kiefer's growth
yes,
kasi.
Oo, grabe. Lalo na ako, nung bata pa lang yan, tawag sa akin yan. Kuya Andre, nung mga nasa high school pa lang siya, grade school pa nga lang yata eh. Pero welcome to Adulting, Pards. Happy for you.
Very
Always
happy for
proud
you.
of you. We're rooting for you, you know that.
And
Thank you very much.
Kiefer, one of the most important things is finding the right partner to go through life with, and we're so happy seeing you take this next step with Diana. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you very
us in
much.
this very busy time in your life.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations again, Kiefer.
Thank you very
Pards.
much. Hopefully, I get to visit you guys live.
Yes, please.
After the wedding. See you, Pards. See you sa wedding. See you soon. Again, Kiefer Ravena of the Yokohama B Corsairs extending, it's nice because as you said, nakita natin siya, we've seen him
Grabe.
grow, diba? So
Grabe.
ngayon, listening to him, we're just really proud of him. Okay, just a quick update, guys, on Gilas Youth. Kanina we're talking about it, how dominant they've been. Well, they just beat Singapore in the FIBA Under-16 Asia Cup Siaba qualifiers. Final score 101-37. So congratulations, Coach L.A. Tenorio, Gilas Youth. Grabe, dominant. After the break, though, the race for glory has begun in Ilocos Norte. We tell you, may edad na about the first gold medalist in the 2025 Palarong Pambansa. All that and more when play-by-play returns. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. You're watching Play by Play on One News. The future is looking bright for the Capital One Solar Spikers. They've secured the #1 overall pick for the loaded 2025 PVL draft. The lottery was held earlier this evening on starting lineup. The Galleries Tower High-Risers clinched the second pick, followed by Farm Fresh Foxies, which defied the odds to claim the third overall selection. The Next Led Chameleons, which entered the draw with the highest chance at 40%, fell to the fourth spot in a stunning lottery twist. Up next will be the draft combine set from May 30 to 31, The draft itself will be on June 8.
All NBA lineup tonight's highlight reel. Let's make it quick. Let's go to the big board. Highlight reel. Okay, here we go. Start Game 3, Eastern Conference Finals in Indiana. Here's Hallie with a steal. And then on the trailer goes to Obi Toppin. You didn't have Ben Shepherd on the other end. It was a 3-on-1 break. But of course, go to the slam dunk champ. Well, at least the former slam dunk champ, the guy who has hops. That connection has been really great for them. Halliburton to Toppin against his former team. Oh, just put it up there, Hallie, and Obi knows what to do. Hallie finishing with 20 points, 7 assists, Toppin, by the way, adding 8 markers in a losing cause. Next, from the winning team this time, it's a clutch player of the year, Jalen Brunson for the dagger against Neesmith. Wow, using the right to drive, and then his strong hand, of course, with the left. Take a look how difficult that is with the contact, too. The floater's good for Brunson to put them up by 2. A minute to go here. Down in the series, 2-0. Brunson struggled with foul trouble, though, having 5 personals, but still was able to finish with 23 points and delivering when it matters most for New York. Okay, finally, the big one. Cat, only 4 points in the first half. Here's Bridges against Hallie, and then Cat, good cut. Woo! And a foul, count the basket. Look at Cat, the swagger and the stare. And look at the Knicks fans in Indiana there, loving that slam from Cat. Foul, by the way, on Andrew Nembhard. A big game for Cat. Scoring 20 of 24 in the fourth quarter alone. New York wins Game 3, 106-100. Avoids a possible sweep. Pacers still ahead, though, in this series. 2-1. And Game 4 stays in Indy this Wednesday, 8 a.m. Philippine time. Check.
But I prefer Zesty Cat over Swagger Cat.
Like, you know.
And
Like,
before
after all
we
that.
go, we've got updates from the Palarong Pambansa. Krisha May Tajaros of Region 8 or Eastern Visayas won the first gold medal of this year's games. She dominated the 3,000-meter run for secondary girls. Also getting the spotlight so far in the year's Palarong Pambansa is the 3-on-3 basketball tournament. A look into the games in this report.
The first game day of the Palarong Pambansa is officially underway at kabilang na nga dyan ang 3x3 Basketball Boys and Girls Division dito sa SM City, Lawan.
Since meron nga po akong dalawang bagong players at dalawang nanatiling players, mas advantage po namin ngayon yung height and then at the same time, syempre yung chemistry po nila, hindi naman po nawala kahit may dalawang naging bago. So nabuild na po namin yung chemistry namin. Mas pinalakas pa po namin yung skills nila individually and as a team din.
Napakalaking bagay po na itong palaro sa achievement. Parang dinadala mo po yung palaro. Para mag-apply ka po sa school, may dala-dala ka na requirements na magpalaro ka po.
So far, malaki yung adjustment. Araw-araw practice. Umpisa kami ng mga isang buwan at kalahati yung practice namin.
May mga adjustment. Even nga bag-o ay mga tulong ka teammates.
Okay ra, makuha na ako sila. Marag nakuha na ako ila ginanan. Ila dinawaan.
Last year na mo sa palaro, gaano ka special kaning edition nga ari sa Lawag, given na last year na nimo?
Special kayo.
Ano man?
Enjoy na lang. Last naman.
Congratulations, Krisha May Tajaros, Region 8, Eastern Visayas, winning the first gold medal. And also 3-on-3 basketball tournament, exciting times, Palarong Pambansa. Ito yung mga future.
Lots of
natin.
future
Yes.
national team.
Correct. Alam mo, makita
Athletes
natin sa
over
Asian
there.
Games, SEA Games, Olympics, who knows, in the future. But that's all from us tonight. This Monday, catch us again tomorrow, Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. for play-by-play of today's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News, that's Signal TV, Channel 8 on SD, and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Liton-Calao. Thank you for watching. Happy Monday. Good night.